We're gonna react a bit to some videos I intended to react to for a while. Mostly stuff related to Hogwarts Legacy and stuff.
What's the best thing about all these so-called controversies in the gaming community? All you have to do is shut your phone off and they no longer exist. For quite a
Yep.
few years now, this has been the main struggle for me as a YouTuber as well. On one hand, I enjoy getting to share my opinions with you all on gaming news when it's something that I feel really matters to me. But on the other hand, the realization kicked in with me a while ago that too much of this news is simply fabricated. We live in a
Yeah, that's very true. A lot of things can be not like exactly fabricated. There's probably some truth to everything. Like how every myth has some truth to it. Yada yada. But yeah, with how online media is, both like actual news and internet news, based around like people just reporting on stuff. Everyone has a bias. Everyone has like shares their point of view, and not everyone has every fact or every side of the story or everything like that. So it can be very well fabricated by a bunch of people sharing misinformation, and then it getting out of control.
in a world revolving around social
So
media, where people have incredibly low attention
there we
spans,
go.
and where any one voice can be elevated to appear like it's representing a much larger group than it
Yep,
is in reality.
that's the thing that
Meanwhile,
can happen.
content creators are in a constant struggle to gain their audience's notice, so we love nothing more than to make use of this and lean into people's emotions as much as
Controversial topics is the best kind of content to cover. As a YouTuber, someone who makes TikToks, someone who streams, uh, making content based around controversial topics or drama is the best way to get views. It's easy clickbait. People want to be in the know. Everyone loves a little cup of tea now and then. Pretty much.
possible. I say we because I'd be lying if I said I didn't take part in it myself as well. After all,
Yeah,
here
everyone
I
takes
am,
part in it.
making a video about the Hogwarts Legacy boycott, a topic which is bound to catch plenty of eyes,
Yep.
but otherwise, honestly, wouldn't be something much on my own mind at all. I guess
Yeah.
what I'm
So the theme of this topic, oh, it irritates me. So I been a fan of Harry Potter my whole life. You know what J.K. Rowling says and does. She's a horrible person. Get that out of the window. And I'm just gonna get my thoughts on the boycott out right away. You can boycott it, you know, that's up to you. That's your own prerogative. I'm not gonna stomp on that, but the moment you start telling, like I've been seeing it everywhere, there's keyboard warriors, there's Karens that are even part of the LGBTQ community, there's people that like it's people who are trying to say they're part of a community when they're not, or like trying to defend a community without even really knowing the core values of the community, or just not knowing all the facts or things like that, or just people that have no reason to defend a community but stepping out of the way because it's morally right to stomp on anything that is, I don't know how to word this, but yeah, just keyboard warriors, you know, essentially. And like once you start forcing that, like your viewpoint on other people, telling people you should boycott this game, and if you don't boycott it, you're against the trans community, you're against everything that isn't, you know, like that, you're against everything that is morally right just because you want to play a fucking game on one of the most well-known and well-appreciated world built, like throughout the ages. You know, like it's dumb. It's you know, it's not dumb to boycott something you believe in, you know, but it's only when you start telling people that like there's people even telling people part of the trans community that like, or like trans people that themselves gain told that they're not really part of the community if they buy this game, or if they like Harry Potter, or they continue to buy Harry Potter merch. It's it's dumb. Like, and a lot of these people who are like getting so bent out of shape and pissed off about this whole thing, and how telling people that they're not part of the trans community, that they're not supportive of it just because they want to play a Harry Potter game. Those are the same people that still buy Nike, still buy Apple products, that still buy a bunch of other things that are created in sweatshops with, and like they know that Nike shoes are made by children in sweatshops in China or other places, and like they just like were like, oh well, you know. But like once it becomes like something that I feel like they target smaller, like those kind of people that are like telling people they're not part of the trans community because they want to buy this game. People that like to target small issues and blow it out of proportions just so they can get some small internet clout or fame or whatever you want to call it. They're kind of dumb about it. I dislike it a lot. It gets me so heated because it's just like, you know, and like a lot of these people too that are now like telling other people that for buying this game they're against the trans community. They already, and like that you shouldn't ever support J.K. Rowling, that she's a horrible person. She is, granted. I'm not saying she isn't. That they already bought, like for years they were already buying Harry Potter merch. They were huge fans, and all of a sudden they hear one bad, like they hear this, the creator is bad, you know, like she's bad, you know. But like you already put in tons of money, and like who cares if she gets a little bit of royalties, you know, for stuff like H.P. Lovecraft. He was a huge racist. Like his cat was named something horrible, like a racial slur, and people still love Cthulhu and Cthulhuism stuff, like Cthulhu games. People still do that. Granted, he's not alive to collect royalties, but it's the same thing, you know. It's just dumb. Like it's really dumb. And like what's dumb too is like people getting so bad of shape and telling other people to boycott this game. It's like, who cares if J.K. Rowling gets some royalties? The thing that you're really screwing over, the people you really are screwing over by boycotting the game, is the creators of the game. The people who coded this game for years, who designed the game, who love Harry Potter, just like you do, and you're just mad that J.K. Rowling is the creator of Harry Potter, is a horrible person. But you still, deep down, love Harry Potter. You still love the world. So why are you shaming and trying to destroy the livelihood of people who love the same thing you do and are creating a game for people like you to enjoy the world of Harry Potter like you always wanted to as a kid? Granted, there was other Harry Potter games, but like not in the sense where you can create your own character. You can be who you want to be in the Harry Potterverse. That hasn't been a thing ever, but now you can, and now you're shaming people for wanting to live out the childhood dreams. Who you're shaming people that created the game, who were like casted into the game. Like, why? There's no point in it. It's dumb. Like, but like, it's fine. It's fine. You can boycott. Fine. But just don't force other people to like be part of your ideal just because you're mad that people want to play this game. Who wouldn't? Like, I'm no pre-order this. I had to redo my pre-order because Xbox canceled it because of them pushing the release date for the pre-gen consoles. Anyways, let's continue with the video. We'll just continue.
Trying to say is that I'm still in the process of finding the ideal solution to this problem of my own. I could never go back to making content on a daily basis on this channel like I used to many years ago, but I also really don't want to go months without making videos anymore because no topic really seems to suffice. Alas, for now, let's just skip my inner ramblings here and actually get to the point. With less than a month to go until the release of Hogwarts Legacy, there are increasingly larger calls for a boycott of the game. The main reason is because of J.K. Rowling, whose name is obviously attached to this product, being that she's the creator of Harry Potter's universe. In recent years, Rowling has openly expressed some of her views in the ongoing transgender debate, which, suffice to say, a large number of people severely seem to disagree with. Kotaku recently published an article highlighting a heated argument taking place in a Reddit thread, where Rowling's comments were repeatedly called transphobic and she was named a so-called TERF, trans-exclusionary radical feminist. The thread, published on a popular Reddit, was named a friendly reminder...
Okay, what's so dumb, I just remembered, that on Steam, people have tagged the game as transphobic and anti-Semitic, which is the dumbest thing you can fucking do. That's so dumb. Why would you do that? Why? Who pissed... What? Yeah, who pissed in your fucking cereal? Like, honestly. Like... You're so mad that the creator of the universe of Harry Potter is transphobic. I get it. You know, she's horrible. But, like... Again, why are you trying to fuck with the people who just want to live in that universe? Like, they know she's horrible. They know that. They're against it, most likely. They're against her views. And I would imagine there's been like on the team of people who made Hogwarts Legacy, there's probably trans people who made the game. There's probably gay people who made the game. There's probably people of the LGBTQ community that were part of creating Hogwarts Legacy, and they knew. But they knew above all else that there's people just like them that wanted to be part of the Harry Potter universe. That was their childhood dream. They wanted to be their own person in the Harry Potter universe, and they set out to do that. They made a game for that. Now people are just pissed off about it just because of the creator of the universe. Who the fuck cares? Honestly. Like, why? Why would you care that much? Like, I get, you know, moral values and all that, but at the end of the game, it's just a piece of... End of the day, it's just a piece of media. It's just a game. Like, you don't have to participate in it, but don't fucking try and ruin it for everybody else that who want to play it. They're not horrible people for wanting to play a game. At the end of the day, it's just a game. People are getting so bent out of shape about it. I mean, granted, I am getting bent out of shape about it, but not in the way that people are. Other people are getting bent out of shape about it, because I'm just getting bent out of shape because, like, people are getting pissed off at, like, people who are just trying to make a living, that want, like, people who make games aren't horrible people. They just want to make games. Let them make games. You don't have to buy it. You don't have to play it. But don't ruin it for everyone else. It just doesn't make sense.
From your mod team that this woman is a TERF, and anyone who pledges to support her monetarily is also a transphobe. This same
that's the dumbest fucking
not just
thing.
about Rowling, but also ascribing her stance to anyone deciding to buy Hogwarts Legacy is being repeated across...
Hold on, I want to see that one post. A second. Apparently, the people who are on it have already been paid. This doesn't need your support. They might have been paid, but that's like... But if this game doesn't make a profit, they won't have a job afterwards. So that doesn't make sense. Because if this game is a huge flop, a lot of people don't get laid off because they didn't make money. And that's dumb. This is so dumb. Ugh. I saw like people on TikTok earlier today. There was a video of someone who was talking about pretty much saying the same stuff I was, and there was people in the comments just telling them that they weren't actually really part of the trans community just because of what they were saying. It's so dumb. Oh, it's so dumb.
Ascribing her stance to anyone deciding to buy Hogwarts Legacy is being repeated across social media in larger numbers with each day that Hogwarts Legacy's launch is getting closer to us.
It's
now,
reasonable that
getting
it's
into any of
becoming
J.K.
like that because it's getting closer to the release date.
Views on the discussion yet, let's first talk about the theoretical implications that a major boycott could have on Hogwarts Legacy as a product. While it's impossible to speculate about exact percentages, I definitely do expect a part of the game's sales revenue to go towards J.K. Rowling. Warner Brothers Games has basically been forced to make it clear she is not contributing in any way to the game nor its narrative, but that she still earns royalties from any product based on the world is pretty obvious to me.
She wasn't part of the creation of the game.
While J.K. Rowling herself
There's nothing they can do about royalties related.
I honestly doubt that these sales will prove to become a noteworthy addition to a net worth. I also do understand that she apparently contributes to particular charities, not exactly in line with the views of those who are choosing to boycott the game. In other words, I actually think it can be a pretty valid point to assume that some of the money you'd spend on Hogwarts Legacy may go towards causes that could perhaps directly oppose those that would have your own support.
Yes, it's reasonable to think that.
Perhaps you may be surprised to hear it come out of my mouth, but I really don't have a problem with people choosing to ignore Hogwarts Legacy
I don't have a problem with it either.
Reasons. In fact, I honestly wish more people were this critical in their purchasing decisions, not just from a political perspective, but especially from the consumer side of things.
Yeah, which is reasonable. Like, if you want to boycott it, boycott it. Just don't push it on other people. Don't try and ruin it for other people. Just boycott it if you don't want to be part of it. Don't buy it. Don't be an asshole about it. Like, it's like you're taking part of the Christian Crusades back in the day, where Crusaders would go around killing people who wouldn't believe in God. It's like the same thing. Like, well, it's not equivalent, but like, it's the same idea that you're just trying to go destroy other people. You're trying to, just because they don't believe in your beliefs or your political viewpoint. It's dumb. This is dumb.
Way too often nowadays do I hear people complaining about games taking a direction that they aren't fond of remakes that they feel are completely unnecessary, of characters written in a way where they no longer appeal to them at all. But when push comes to shove, out of sheer desperation not to miss out on the current new thing, their money goes towards these products anyway, be it at launch or during a sale as, I guess, a best case scenario. Far too few of us seem to understand that as the consumers, we are in control at the end of the day. It's up to us to voice this unhappiness. We don't do that through meaningless criticism, yet cowardly shying away from taking any action. We vote with our wallet, and that is what brings across actual change. That being said, let's bring the discussion back to Hogwarts Legacy and what I do take issue with myself. That's obviously trying to guilt trip others, telling them they're transphobes merely for having different priorities and dictating that they can't possibly be buying the game merely for the desire of what it actually offers. Taking this approach is always gonna blow up in your face. I'll tell you this much, for me, it only achieves the opposite effect. A little voice inside of my mind would almost make me feel inclined to support the product now, if it wasn't just to spite those who think they can
honestly, you're just making the people that want to buy the game want to buy it more. That's all you're doing. You're not really changing their viewpoint. You're not making them be like, you're not changing their viewpoint. You're not making them true members of the trans community by making them not purchase the game. Like, you can't just be like, oh, you're not part of the community because you're buying Hogwarts Legacy, but then like you convince them not to buy it, and then you're like, oh, now you're part of the community. No, that's fucking bullshit. That's not how that shit works. Either you're part of the community or you're not. And the people who are buying Hogwarts Legacy are still part of the community. Just because they want to enjoy a game that it's something that they always wanted to be part of or play is dumb. It's just a game with a title, Hogwarts, and you are losing your shit about it. Why?
Things out of me and label me whatever they want. It's straight up toxic, and I'll be the last to give in to your pathetic threats, no matter how many of you may try to coerce me.
Yeah,
Who
honestly.
the hell do people honestly think they are, telling others what decisions to make?
Yeah, seriously.
Now, as you know, I am in
Everyone's
no way a
their own
blind
person.
apologist for Hogwarts Legacy as a product. And to be honest, as of
If
now,
the game's
I
bad,
haven't
the
even
game's
made my
bad.
mind up
Okay,
whether-
so like, if the game turns out to be absolute dog shit, don't buy it. That makes sense. Don't buy it if you think the game's gonna be absolute dog shit. Okay, that's fine. But like, don't try, like I've been saying, don't try and push your viewpoint on others. It's dumb. It's dumb, dumb, dumb. I grew up with people trying to force their viewpoint down my throat constantly. Like I grew up going to church and constantly having to, like, I'm atheist, and I constantly had to have people tell me that I'm going to hell just because I don't believe in God, that I'm a sinner or some other dumb shit. And it's just like, you're just making me not want to be part of the religion anyways with how you're treating me. You're telling me I'm gonna go to hell. Ooh, scare tactics. It's gonna scare me into becoming a Christian. Ooh. Scare tactics don't work if it's ideologies. What? Are you gonna, like, if Hitler points a gun at you and tells you to hate other people, you're just gonna hate other people so you don't die? No, that's dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb.
whether I'm going to be getting it
I'm
or
getting
not.
too heated about
I
this.
recently made a video analyzing the gameplay, and I think I expressed plenty of reservations that I still have regarding the story, voice acting, and how satisfying the combat may turn out to be.
I don't know, the
Then
combat
again,
looks pretty
like
badass.
many others,
I'm
I grew
super
up with
excited.
the Harry Potter books and movies, and I can't
plan to
say
go
that the
through all
promise
the
of
old Harry
roaming
Potter
around
games.
a rendition of Hogwarts this vast, expansive, and full of detail isn't appealing enough in and of itself. All that I'm trying to say is that my decision to buy this game or not will depend, and only depend, on the quality of the game that is
Yeah,
ultimately
exactly.
delivered.
It should only matter about the quality of the game,
Everyone
not
seems to be
any
expected
other
to fall in
thing.
line with the same
honestly.
one-sided political narrative nowadays. But me personally, I simply refuse. Don't get me wrong, I've never had a problem expressing myself and taking conversations about games beyond their basic talking points.
Yeah, I don't have a problem
Honestly,
with that either.
as someone whose views admittedly lie mostly in the libertarian category, it's always been quite a lonely experience, refusing to go along with any quote-unquote side, and having that comfort of automatically knowing I'll be backed up by the vast majority of my viewers who fall in the same category. But what I personally value is to always try and remain critical, neither shying away from putting myself in the shoes of those I actually disagree with, nor staying true to my own beliefs at the end of the day. This is always what has been of most importance to me, and that
Yeah.
will never change.
Fucking
Now,
reasonable.
before I end this video, I felt inclined to save my last words for the situation around J.K. Rowling herself, because I wanted to speak out against the names that not only people, but even platforms like Kotaku are assigning to her. While I both understand and respect those that heavily disagree with her opinions, I believe that any labels placed onto people are nothing more than a simple-minded way to take any form of valid discussion away around the
Yeah,
topics
seriously,
they speak up
it-
about, and to cast
Labeling people certain things just because, like, you're upset with them is just as bad as, like, calling them a racial slur. Like it's like putting people into a group and then just creating a racial slur for that group, but it's not even race based. It's just like viewpoint based. Like any type of discriminatory actions, whether it's name calling or things like that, that's just bad. Bad human behavior. Be better. Be better than that. We learned that from God of War Ragnarok. We have to be better, alright? That it's just dumb. Don't go around like grouping people and then calling them stuff. Like it's bad. Especially people who are trying, like, it completely shatters what you're trying to say or prove with your viewpoint. Even if your viewpoint, like, if you're calling people names for just wanting to play a game, like Harry Potter, and grouping them up with J.K. Rowling, your viewpoint just turns into just as bad as J.K. Rowling's, because you're just you're what is it, like, you're weaponizing your viewpoint in a way that is not beneficial to anyone or even yourself. Like, you're not helping anybody. You're not helping the situation. You're not helping people understand your viewpoint. You're just trying to force a dagger into somebody's gut and tell them, you know what? It's a dagger, and I hope you know it is. That analogy was shit, now that I think about it. They're just sticking a dagger in somebody and being like, hey, it's alright. I'm in the right. That's a better analogy. But yeah, no. It's just
suspicion on anyone willing to go into a debate with an open mind. I can know because I've also been the victim of excessive labeling in the past, being called certain totally unjustified names only with the purpose of trying to silence me and anyone even remotely agreeing with me into submission. Now, I have absolutely no desire to take part in the same conversation that she has started, nor do I feel it's a topic I have much of an opinion about at all. In the end, not everything is something that I have to care about. For now, I think it's time I shut my phone off again and take a walk. Thanks all everybody for watching this video with my thoughts on the Hogwarts Legacy boycott.
I like his video. It was good. Him talking about it was really good. I'm just gonna like, subscribe. I will link this into the chat. Actually, I'll do that as well. I need to make sure I Hogwarts Legacies boycott. I wonder if he has his comments turned off. Because we don't look at that. I wonder, yeah, a lot of internet drama isn't real. Like, it really isn't. Yeah, pretty much. Always helpful to have people sort out the Twitter debacles from what they primarily are, just a rabble of excessive labeling and derailment. Yep, same thing with Reddit. It's just a lot of keyboard warriors, Discord mods being like, like, just calling each other names and shit. It's dumb. I like that. I like that a lot. Revolving around social media. Yeah, turn off the phone, get off TikTok. Granted, yeah, I get too heated about it, so I should probably stay away from it. I usually stay away from it. I was saving it off for this video. That's pretty much what I was doing. I just wanted to cover it in once. That's all. You made a good point with the gaming community being so politically vocal about boycotting this game, yet we don't carry the same energy for other franchises that have blatant anti-consumer practices. How much money have we given away to overpriced season passes, microtransactions, copy and paste yearly sequels? Yeah, honestly, like, how many of you just have bought a season pass constantly for games, or like buy the battle pass because you think it's, hold on, my daughter has something, buy the battle pass for a game that had has loot boxes. People support loot, like it's the same people that go away. What, like a lot of people, like it would be better people like focus this more on like things that are ruining actual other games nowadays. Seems to be most represented. Talking with your wallet is the most effective way for individuals to make an impact. Kinda. Um, until you play a game that has a whale that's pay to win and you only spend like $1 on the game and that person spent like 20 to 50 grand on it. They got more votes than you do, man. They'll keep making games if people keep dropping 50k on games. Hmm. Do.